Jomo Kenyatta International Airport stands at a critical juncture in its development as Kenya seeks to modernize its aging infrastructure. The proposed public-private partnership with India's Adani Group aims to transform the airport into a world-class facility. While the deal promises significant upgrades and long-term benefits, it has also sparked debates around transparency, foreign control, and even corruption allegations. In this episode, we explore the key components of the agreement, its potential impacts, and the controversies that have emerged. Let's start. A little bit of backstory first. Jomo Kenyatta International Airport originally opened its doors as Embakasi Airport in 1958. Over the decades, it has grown into East Africa's largest and busiest airport. It serves as a pivotal gateway for international travelers and cargo. Its location in Nairobi, Kenya's capital, makes it a crucial hub for connecting flights across Africa and the world. In recent years, the Kenyan government has turned to the idea of a public-private partnership to address the challenges facing JKIA. The airport's infrastructure is aging and it is struggling to keep up with increasing passenger numbers. JKIA was originally designed to handle around 7 million passengers per year, but last year it exceeded this capacity, processing more than 8 million passengers. With facilities showing many signs of wear, limited aircraft parking, leaking roofs, frequent power outages, and outdated baggage systems. All have led to operational problems and long wait times, frustrating passengers and damaging the airport's reputation. This has highlighted the urgent need for upgrades to maintain Nairobi's status as an international aviation hub. The government sees a partnership as a way to attract investment and expertise to modernize the airport. The Adani Group is a major Indian multinational company. It has extensive experience in large-scale infrastructure projects, including airport management. It operates several major airports in India, where it has a strong track record of improving operational efficiency and enhancing the passenger experience. Given its expertise, Adani's involvement in JKIA's future is seen as a strategic step. The company brings the necessary experience to transform JKIA into a modern facility capable of handling even more traffic, while also improving the quality of services offered to passengers. This leads us to the proposed agreement. If you're enjoying this episode so far, give it a thumbs up. The Adani Group proposed an investment of $750 million over a 30-year exclusive concession. The aim is to modernize Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. This includes a new passenger terminal, refurbish existing ones, a second runway, a taxiway, apron upgrades, and improvements of the cargo facility. The upgrades are planned to be rolled out in stages. The first phase is expected to be completed by 2029, with further developments targeted for 2035, ensuring that the airport grows in line with demand. The financial aspects of the agreement are crucial to its structure. The concession fee. Adani will pay a fixed yearly concession fee, starting at $47 million. This fee will increase by 10% every 5 years, providing a steady revenue stream for the Kenyan government. The revenue growth. The revenue generated from the airport is expected to grow significantly over the 30 years exclusive concession period, from $163 million in 2025 to an estimated $290 million in 2030, $740 million in 2045, and finally $1.2 billion by 2054. As revenue rises, the government's share will increase proportionately, allowing Kenya to benefit from the airport's growing success. $52 million in 2030, $70 million in 2045, and $76 million in 2054. The airport charges. To recoup its investment, Adani plans to adjust airport service fees. These fees, charged in US dollars, may increase significantly, potentially doubling current rates to match regional competitors like Addis Ababa. This is aimed at delivering an 18% internal rate of return on Adani's investment. With a deal of this magnitude, scrutiny was increased and many holes started to appear. One sensitive aspect of the agreement concerns the future of JKIA's workforce. Some staff members from the Kenya Airports Authority may be retained under Adani's management. However, there is a strong possibility that the company bring in foreign workers for certain specialized positions. This issue sparked protests from local aviation workers who are calling for transparency in the privatization process. While the deal includes measures to address staff management, the potential for layoffs remains a significant concern for workers. On top of that, the Adani Group has faced multiple allegations of corruption, money laundering, and stock manipulation in India. A 2023 report by Hindenburg Research accused Adani of the largest con in corporate history. The proposed deal gives Adani extensive control over JKIA's operations, land access, tax exemptions, fees, staffing, and repatriation of earnings for 30 years. It also makes the Kenyan government liable for losses and requires the establishment of a fund to pay damages if the deal is terminated, regardless of the reasons. Crucially, the deal proposes direct new loan agreements between the Kenyan Airports Authority and lenders, with the government assuming the obligations of a guarantor. This could lead to an extra tax burden for Kenyans to repay these loans. The deal was initially approved by the Kenya Airports Authority to proceed to the development phase, despite experts advising the government to put out a public tender. The lack of public disclosure prompted members of parliament to call for the process to be halted until more clarity is provided. Given that the deal involves the control of a national asset, many argue that it requires far more scrutiny to ensure that Kenya's long-term interests are adequately protected. The deal's terms reportedly include clauses that restrict the Kenyan government from developing competing airports during this time. These provisions have raised red flags about the implications for Kenya's sovereignty. Many critics worried that this could limit the country's ability to respond to future needs or pursue new opportunities in its aviation sector. In response to the mounting criticism, the Kenyan government defended its decision to partner with Adani. Kenya Airport Authority CEO Henry Ogoye emphasized that JKIA deteriorating infrastructure poses a threat to its regional competitiveness and that a comprehensive upgrade is essential. By bringing in a private partner with experience in large infrastructure projects, the government hoped to ensure that JKIA remains a competitive hub in an increasingly crowded aviation market. Despite these reassurances, skepticism remains high. Critics continue to push for greater transparency and a more inclusive negotiation process. The partnership with Adani is said to have far-reaching consequences for JKIA and Kenya's aviation. Ensuring the success of the partnership requires robust oversight and clear accountability mechanisms to safeguard Kenya's national interests. Learning from other countries that have implemented public-private partnerships in their aviation sectors can guide Kenya in ensuring a more balanced and successful deal. The terms of the Adani deal with Kenya Airport Authority appear to be less favorable when compared to typical PPP agreements in countries like Australia, Canada, Brazil, and even India. The lack of transparency, significant taxpayer burdens, extensive control granted to Adani, and long-term exclusivity are all valid concerns about the fairness of the deal for Kenya. On September 10, 2024, airport staff initiated a strike against Adani's takeover, causing widespread disruptions at the airport, including flight cancellations and delays. The High Court temporarily halted the deal pending further review. If you found this episode insightful, you will surely like the one on Kenya Airways. Check it out here. And if you want more, subscribe to the channel to catch weekly essays on business in Africa. Thank you for your time and thanks for watching.